changes.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to City of Loris Mayor Council meeting here at City Hall this Monday, August 7th, 2023, at 6 p.m. This time I'll give you an invocation. Lord Jesus, thank you for this beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you, Lord, for friends. Thank you for neighbors. Thank you for the City of Loris and the citizens and the councilmen and councilwomen. Thank you for our fire department, police department, and everyone that works here. Help us, Lord, as we go through this meeting. Help us to find solutions to those things we don't have solutions to. Help us to make decisions together. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Stand for the pledge, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilwoman Dobbs.
Here.
Councilman Hardy.
Here.
Councilwoman Coleman.
Here.
Mayor Harrison.
Here.
Councilman Paget.
Here.
Councilman Suggs.
Here.
Councilwoman
Here.
Okay, everybody's here. So we will get to the public and press comments, starting first with the public. We do have a limited discussion of 3 minutes. And please address the city council during the discussion. First one on the list is Lynn Greco. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, I'm Lynn Greco, 329 Russ Road. This is the third time I've had the opportunity and privilege of speaking to you on this important topic, animal welfare in the city of Loris. Not only will this benefit the animals, but it will give the police department the necessary tools to educate our citizens and protect the animals. Would you be kind enough to please tell me where we are in this process of getting new laws passed and what I can do and my animal advocates to help move this along? Can a motion possibly be made tonight to keep the momentum going on this important issue? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next on the list is Julie Hartman.
Hello, my name, as a lot of you may know, is Dr. Julie Hartman. I'm the owner of Loris Animal Hospital and have been for the last 7 years. I've practiced veterinary medicine for the last 10 years. Loris animal welfare laws have not been updated in over 40 years. During this time, so much has changed, and even the practices with animals have changed. Most animals have become more of a household family members instead of just an outside animal. Loris's outdated ordinances lack specifics for shelter, water, and food. They also lack specifics on punishments should someone inhumanely treat an animal. There are no specifics on the number of animals except for house, or even the ages of animals when they can go to their new homes. 40 counties is 8 weeks. As with outdated laws, vaccines have been developed and evolved to better help prevent, control the spread of disease. Having been a vet in Loris for the past 7 years, I have seen communicable diseases spread to animals and zoonotic diseases that can be spread to humans, rabies, lepto. Better rules are needed to help with requiring vaccines and quarantining sick animals to help in the prevention of so many contagious diseases. With all of the new advances in technology and care of animals, there's no reason why our ordinances have not been updated and why they are lacking and comical. People need to be held accountable for their actions or lack of actions when they have a pet. These pets deserve to be treated in a humane manner, and we as a community need to do it better. Thank you.
Have you read the county ordinance?
Yes, I have.
Are you satisfied with it? Or
It's a lot better than Loris's, yes. It's a whole lot better than
are there
Loris's.
things that you'd like to see in that ordinance?
There's some things that need to be adjusted because things have changed, like even like your vaccine protocols have changed a lot with, like AHA standards and everything. So there's some things that could change, but it's a start in the right direction, absolutely.
Well, if you can review that and make those updates that you'd
Okay.
like to see, I'd like to look at it.
All right, awesome.
Great,
Thank you, sir.
thank
Woo!
And that's the only two on the list. Thank y'all for that. We can move on to the press.
Hey, I'm Annie, also known as Kay Collins with the Morris Times. I'm gonna ask you, if I can delay asking questions until after the meeting is over, after you get out of executive session, or even before you go into executive session. Because when you get into the meeting, I don't know what to ask now, because you'll say that we're going to discuss it during the meeting. I may not have questions, but if I do, after the meeting, everybody's spread and gone, and it's kind of hard to catch people.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And that's all of the press. Do you have anything? Okay. So we have minutes. The last time we tabled that, but this time the necessary corrections have been made, I understand. Everything. Okay. So, we've had the minutes for a little while. A small correction was made. Has everybody had time to look at that correction? Yeah.
Make the motion that we approve the minutes as presented for July the 11th,
We got a motion for July the 11th.
2022. 2022.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a second, all in favor? Motion, any nays? That motion passes. So we have a August 1st, 2022, regular council meeting minutes.
Make a motion to adopt those.
We have a motion from Councilman Hardy,
Second.
motion from Councilwoman Vasco. All in favor? Nays? That's it, motion passes. Minutes for June 5th, 2023, regular council meeting. We have a motion.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Nays? Ayes have it. Motion is approved. Okay, we'll move on to the mayor's report. And we'll start out with Chamber of Commerce with Samantha Norris.
Afternoon. I want to tell you that we had Market in the Yard this past Saturday. We had 16 vendors. We had a good group of people coming through and visiting stores and shopping downtown and the music was playing, so we had a good time. We'll do that the first and third Saturday of each month in August, September, the first one in October, and of course, the third Saturday will be Fog Off. For those that have Facebook, we did post our new branding video that I've been talking about for a month, so I hope you have a chance to go look at that. We're getting really good comments on here, so we're excited about that. We're working on the Miss Morris Fog Off Festival pageant. And normally, Miss Morris Fog Off Festival is normally a optional if you want to go to Miss South Carolina, but this year we're gonna do a Miss Morris and a Miss Morris Fog Off, and they are a free to Miss South Carolina. So you are want to go to Miss South Carolina, so we'll have two representing us when we go this year, next year in June. And then, of course, the 44th annual Chicago Festival will be in October, so those are things, and we're working on Christmas as well, so Christmas will be coming up, so
What's the date, not for the bug
October 21st.
21st.
Yes. And Miss Jessica just reminded me that I had, and I talk about it all the time. I can't believe it. I know. So and we're gonna talk about the pet rally first, because on August 17th, and let me know if I'm telling this wrong, they're having a pet rally. I don't know the time. Is it like 7 or 7:30? Somewhere 7 o'clock at Pinnacle Field. And they're gonna have a pet rally, and they are gonna do, what's the word? I don't wanna say England, but recognition of the 1983 lower state champion. So there's gonna be some visitors, from what I understand, 1983 coaches and staff and players will be there, so you definitely don't wanna miss that. And that is their kickoff to the Bog Off Bowl, which is August 18th, which is in Green City. So any game, the first game, well, it's not the first game, Loris and Green City, when they play, which happens to be the first game this year, is always the Bog Off Bowl. So I'm going to get the trophy, I'm gonna polish it up, and we're gonna see who gets it this year. So Green City got it. We started it before COVID, and Green City got it, and then they didn't play for a couple of years, and they played last year, and Loris won, so they've had it all year. So I have to go get it and get it ready to see who wins August 18th.
I have a question. Are you the person who helped get the Loris flags from Main Street a few years ago that are usually put out on Fridays?
Yes.
Do you still have those, or?
I ended up selling most of them. I think I have 1 or 2 left. It would be really, because I thought it was really cool when we would put them out, especially because I did them on home games, and it looked really cool when it was there, and when y'all had the homecoming game like that. So, but it's time to probably order some new ones.
I just didn't know if she has some newer businesses that some might be interested in purchasing
Yeah.
those, or however you did it before.
Yeah, so we were hoping that each one of them would put it out there, and then, but that didn't work out like that. So what we did is we had them, we just put them all on poles, and it's very hot, but I would go out there and put them out, and I'd go pick them up, but any help was greatly appreciated, and we'd love to do that again. So I can get flags if that's something we would like to do. And I even have like a little sign that, was, given to me when the home games, I was supposed to put it out. I'm not gonna lie, it's like made out of plywood, and it's like really heavy, and so it's really cool when it's out there, but it is very difficult to drag it out there when it is. I'll work on that. Yeah, we need,
You gonna say something about Saturday and how successful that was?
you missed that part. It was really good. Yeah, it was the first one, but, yeah, so we had 16 vendors out there. It was really good, and I hope that it continues, but it is bringing people into town, and they were going into the stores and that kind of stuff, so it was really good. But I'll do it the first and third Saturday of each month for August, September, and the first one in
That's the
October.
part, yes.
Yeah.
First and third.
Yeah, first and third. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And if anybody don't know, Samantha, she does a world of stuff. I blow her horn, she doesn't, I do that because she does a lot of stuff for us. She works behind the scenes all the time. She's always got something going on, deciding what we should do next. You know, we'll call each other back and forth, say, let's think about this, let's think about that, you know. And we always got a plan going on, and it's proven to work pretty good.
I was gonna say too, our video that we have just posted today, Mayor Harrison was in it, you did a fantastic job, so thanks for doing that as well. So Jimmy McCullough, Singleton Bailey, Frankie Blanton, Nick Potter, and myself were in that.
Is it on Facebook?
It is on Facebook.
Is it on YouTube?
It will be, it's not yet, but, it will be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have a McLeod Loris Hospital report, and I spoke with the hospital administrator, Scott Montgomery, and got 2 new surgeons coming to the area in September. Dr. Mike Mitchell from Rochester, New York, and Dr. Assad. I don't know how to say his last name, but I can spell it. Shaikh. And he's from Houston. That they're going to expand the dialysis access surgical program in Loris. So that's a really big deal. I talked to Christina, and they have, the Comprehensive Cancer Center is, going to hopefully be open by December 2024. So we're gonna have Horry County's gonna have a cancer center. It's gonna be located behind the, Seacoast building at the beach, but it's gonna service, many areas all over Horry County and reach right on out across the states. We have, Loris Interventional Cardiology that began in April, and everything but open heart surgery can be done now at Seacoast. So Seacoast is growing leaps and bounds, and it's pretty amazing. So, Coffee with the Mayor. It's, August 10th, 9 a.m. in the community room around here, right beside Back Street Cafe and right directly behind Walker's. Connects right up to the backside of the City Hall, as part of City Hall. Over to Walnut Street is where you get in. Everybody's welcome. There'll be coffee, some sodas and water and some sweets to eat. And hope you can come. It's not a formal thing. You can pop in, stay as long as you can, stay the whole time, pop right out if you need to, but it's just discussion on whatever you want to talk about. It. You want to talk about Loris Rec, you want to talk about fish, doesn't matter. It's just a group of people that get to know each other, and with newcomers coming all the time, and it's a very good event. So, love to have everybody that would come. I got American Flood Coalition. Tony McElvin, a couple of meetings back, he presented some information to us about the Flood Coalition and what they do. He is Carolina's director, and he works out of Wilmington. So I joined up with the coalition as a member, and Loris is now joined up. And what this is, it's a group that represents government, military, business, and civic communities coming together to advocate for national and local solutions to flooding. And we have areas throughout Loris that has flooding problems. We have, it seems like we got a handle on some of them, but this is a way to put our heads together, and these guys are specialists. They can help us get grants, federal money to try to help fix our infrastructure more, our ditches, whatnot, where they cause problems down through Maple Street and back behind the hospital and down Forest Drive. Even backs up on our baseball and softball fields and other areas also over in Fox Bay. Foxdale, Fox Glen, and down Deacon, but there's quite a bit of problem areas. Even though we have that many, we have less than most people, but they need to be fixed. And these guys will shed some light on how to get the monies to help fix them. And they basically focus to invest in the cities and towns and support the flood affected communities. And also do a study on safeguarding national security. So it's a big deal, and we're now a part of it, along with many other places in South Carolina and North Carolina. Whitehall's a member, Tabor City, Wilmington, Charleston, Fair Bluff. There's quite a few, and 2 or 3 more up through here in South Carolina. But it's a really good, good old organization. I think they're going to bring us a lot of help. Watson Park. We finished the roof and we have the cameras. Remind everybody, we do have cameras at Watson Park. If you pull up the camera, if you go to YouTube and type in Loris Rec, you can look at Watson Park cameras live. If you want to see what's going on, if you're going over there, you want to see if it's raining, if you want to see all the fields are filled up or whatever, you can go on there and you can see live YouTube footage of Watson Park. So, that's a good thing, and we're scheduling to do work on the inside so that we can rent out for family reunions and things like we used to, the inside kitchen part of the facility out there. It's a really nice facility, and I think we got a handle on how to get it squared away, and we got some more ideas on how to fix up the outside and maybe have more for the kids to do over there. They do quite a bit. There's been a lot of baseball and softball played over there this year. So we actually have that extra field, and our teams have been making use of it. Christmas. I know it's early to talk about Christmas, but we already talking about it. And we do have, last year, if you noticed or didn't notice, we had some new stars popping up around and about. And here's one, there's one. But we refurbished some stars that we had at our shop, which is about a $1,500 star. And we spent a little bit of money to refurbish them. We're gonna have about 50 all in total. And Jordan and his guys are starting now to finish the rest of those stars and get them up and have those wired up and ready to go for this Christmas. And hopefully we'll be buying some more extra things each year so that we can expand on our Christmas and cover our whole main and our blocks. So we'll probably talk about Christmas every month from here on. So maybe we can get a rundown on how far along we are with everything. It's getting all done and all the stars and whatnot. And last but not least, I'll go on here. I'm not calling anybody. I got a notepad in here that'll give me this information. I went to the Municipal Association of South Carolina annual meeting. It started on July 26th and went through July 29th. And I was there that period of time and went to about 15 classes during that period. And also went on a tour with the mayor of Greenville, who they've really turned Greenville into something special. If you hadn't been, you need to try to go because it is awesome. Our lights on that idea came from Greenville. I mean, it's a fantastic place to go. And they utilize a lot of alleyways, and we want to do that too. But there was about 300 and something council members there, and 85 mayors, I think. And it covered everything from challenge of affordable housing to law enforcement, best hiring management. One of the keynote speakers was Chris Singleton. And that name might ring a bell or might not, but his mother passed away. She was shot in the Charleston shooting in the church. And he used this time to talk to show people how love and hate, how love is much stronger than hate, and how that he turned it around and he forgave those people for something like that, and his mother died. He had quite a few things in that we could use, and we took note on, that we could use in our daily management skills with just regular people. And it was one of the highlights the whole time. But there was classes, there was round tables by population, like if you had somebody, places 2,500 and less, 3,000, 6,000, so on and so forth. But there was a wealth of things to learn there. And it went very well. And I'll still tell you about it, Annie, if you want to talk about it. So I got notes.
Laura's last school last year, so that's when he was a speaker at our school last year.
Yeah, that's what I found out. He told me, he said, I've been to Norris High School. So I want to get him to come back. So that covers that. And if anybody has any questions, or if you want to ask some questions at Coffee with the Mayor, feel free to. We ask all kinds of questions there. We'll move on towards the administrator's report.
Yeah, Mayor, Council, number A is the Sacramento Construction Investment Ship Grant that we received. We finally got the go ahead to do request for qualifications to hire an engineering firm to help us get the engineering done for our grant through SHIP. They required a couple of things that we did painstakingly bring down. Went through that process, going back with RA and thing. If you look on the first page, shows us that we actually got approval to go ahead and submit the grant. The second page actually tells that we solicited for the grant. This grant must be solicited directly to additional services, which we did, and also has to be advertised what we call SCIBO, which is South Carolina's national or South Carolina's website for looking for engineers this type. So they required us to do that by law. So that's a state law, not a local law. But, the grant is submitted. We submitted the grant last week. We spent advertising request for qualifications last week. If you want to see it, you can look at it two different ways. You can look at it on SCIBO, which is out there, or you can look on our webpage, which is out there, which will link up and show you where it is. If you go on SCIBO advertising, it's kind of a general idea. Just scroll down to the bottom and it'll have a link and it'll tie you over to our advertising process. So the commitment is we have advertised for engineering service provided. August 28th is the day they submit proposals in at 5 o'clock. August 28th, I'll probably have a committee meeting with Public Works. I'll probably have a Public Works committee there to be at the committee meeting so they can make them up, look at them. We're on a very tight schedule, an extremely tight schedule for a project this size. We need a committee to meet on the 28th, actually come out, meet with them, look at it. It's just about to September 11th. September 11th, council, we need to have a recommendation to council. By September 11th, we're on a very tight scale. We need to get the engineering done, hopefully by the end of December, 1st of January, and then hopefully get this process going. Got to have the money spent by 2026, so we're going to be very tight on trying to get it in work here too. So so far we've met all the deadlines, met all the requirements. Proposal's good. The other aspect of it, and I'll be very brief on this, is the actual meters were tied in with it. Remember, there's 2 projects actually in one. One dealt with the sewer improvement upgrades, and then one dealt with the 1,250 meters we were going to purchase. We can actually got approval to bid that out separately, which I was glad we were able to do that. So we don't have to go through the state's procurement policy. We can actually go through our procurement policy, which is about the same, but it's a little bit easier to get through the meter thing. So we can actually do that separately. We can go ahead and get those meters. Once we advertise, we can go ahead and get those meters installed now. So we don't have to wait, jump through all the different requirements. So we should be good to go. Like I said, we'll try to set up a meeting on the 28th at 6 o'clock, or and then, like I said, we'll have bids come in at 5. We'll open up at 6. Committee review on staff review on that, or staff go through and look through the process, and then hopefully staff will make a recommendation back. So hopefully we can get an engineer on board September 11th is what I hope. Circle officer facility, I ain't heard anything. I don't know if Ricky enjoyed. I ain't heard anything about that facility grant. I'm hoping sometime this month we should hear something back for that. That'll also deal with flood mitigation and requirements associated with that. So hopefully, I'm saying sometime probably middle August, middle to the end of August, we should hear something back. Still think we got a pretty good shot.
You say about when?
I'm hoping by the middle of August. Usually the state legislature approved the budget in July. it's usually mid-August, first in August for the finally issue the petition. So hopefully we'll hear something pretty soon in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Okay, so, that's,
That's all I have this time. Thank you.
we'll move on to the committee reports and start with, Finance Personnel Committee.
Finance and Personnel did not meet.
Okay. Do y'all have anything planned in this month or not yet? Not yet.
I think, yeah, we're gonna probably have meetings.
Use probably.
B, Public Safety Committee.
We did not think.
Buildings and Grounds,
We did not meet.
Recreation.
We did not meet, but we will be having a meeting before our September meeting to discuss some things.
E, Planning and Annexation Economic Development Committee.
We did not have a meeting, this month, but, I think COG, who was doing our overall plan that we're required to facilitate, was at your meeting of your
Yes, sir.
committee, planning committee, and
Fine.
I was disappointed I didn't get an invite to that committee, so if you would please put me down next time you have a meeting.
Thank you.
Since I'm the chairman of
September
that
5th.
committee. Um,
September 5th at 1:30.
I'm sorry,
September 5th at 1:30.
thank you, September 5th. At 1:30,
This, you're talking about the master plan?
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Yes.
thank you.
Also, the planning commission meeting is third, 23rd, I think it's 23rd of this month.
August 23rd, what time?
Maybe 4. Maybe 4 o'clock. Actually, it's 24th, I'm sorry, August 24th.
August 24th
August 24th.
at 4 o'clock. Great, thank you.
Okay. Okay, and F, Public Works Committee.
We didn't have no met since the last council meeting. We met last month to finalize the water and sewer rates and that kind of thing for the building. But we will be
They
meeting.
definitely be on August 28th. We don't have a choice to be on August 28th, so Public Works Committee will be meeting on August 28th.
Okay, we have, ordinance A. First reading ordinance 11-23.
This was approved by the planning commission. 27, July 27.
Mr. Mayor, as to the form of the ordinance, I think it was requested that the property be zoned as R1.5 zone. There's a side over here that says that, but in the actual portion of the ordinance itself, it says now there will be a little name. It doesn't state there that it should be a R1.5 zone. Oh, sure, but that's actually the act of council in that portion of the ordinance. So if there's a motion, I would ask the legal maker to include that in the motion. In the zoning designation.
I mean, you're changing it. This is coming in, so you're gonna zone it.
You guys own something. All I'm suggesting is where it says right here, the sidewalk is going to be 1.5, but that be included down here in this paragraph where you're actually taking the action.
Yeah, sure.
And that, 17608030043. Where's that?
On the back of the page, over by Cox Road, you had annexed some property out the front, Cox Road already.
Oh, okay.
On the
That's right. Yeah, I got it. Do I have a motion? A motion to,
So this is next to land we've already annexed,
yes,
that's what this is.
Yes, sir. This is Jackson.
Then I'll make a motion that we adopt it.
we got a motion
23.
With the changes.
With the changes, what's the zoning gonna be?
Or 1.5.
R1.5.
Motion with that change.
So we got a motion, from Councilman Lewis Hardy. Do we have a second? We have a second from, Councilwoman, Goss. Let's vote on that. Right, roll call.
Councilwoman Thompson.
Yes.
Councilman Hardy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Holman.
Yes.
Councilman Patchett.
Yes.
Councilman Suggs.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vascotti.
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
Yes.
That motion passes unanimously. We'll move to B, first reading ordinance 12-23.
You've actually got to do it, and that's you know, that's already in the council.
First reading ordinance 12-23, ordinance annexation.
Actually, it's not an annexation ordinance, it's a rezoning.
It's a rezoning.
It's not, the Genesis annexation is not annexation.
So it's the same.
And the actual application they submitted was a rezoning application.
So you're wanting to rezone property that's already in town.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or the applicant's going to do that.
I mean, that has to be posted and have a public hearing, but will be, it can't be, it's supposed to have one.
Yes, you guys have a sign.
We think, yes, the planning commission posted it.
The planning commission posted it before their hearing.
Yes.
The planning commission did. They posted it, they had a public hearing based on what to do there, all of it.
That's not. I mean,
The council's
they don't have the authority to have a public hearing
on rezoning.
on rezone.
Okay. You get back, you take this and have
We have to vote on rezoning, there has to be posted and have a public hearing before city council.
rezoning.
It's rezoning. I mean, the public has to have an opportunity to speak on it.
And the planning commission also has an obligation to post it in their public hearing as well, which they did. Not to say that y'all don't need to have a public hearing, but, you can choose to have a public hearing from the first hearing or the second hearing.
This property is located across from the high school. Is this where this is?
Yes, it's on the orange line.
So they have a sign out there posting it for rezoning and all that.
She had signs up prior to her hearing, I think she's taking it down now.
The ordinance requires the planning commission to bring its report to the city council. The final action be preceded by an advertised public hearing.
Wow.
Scheduling public hearing.
So we posted a public hearing before the second reading.
Before the first reading.
It's going to be advertised in the newspaper 15 days in advance of the scheduled public hearing The city council shall hold such hearing and act on the proposed amendment within 60 days of receipt of the planning commission's recommendation on the application. Posting of property. In cases involving rezoning, conspicuous notice should be posted on or adjacent to the property affected. If at least one such notice being visible from each public thoroughfare that abuts the property, such notice should be posted at least 15 days prior to the announced hearing, indicating the nature of the proposed change, identification of the affected property, and time, date, and place of the hearing.
That's on rezone.
Rezone.
Yeah, no, not annexation.
No.
Okay, I got it.
And so that public hearing can happen in first or second reading, it's up to the council.
This piece of property is over there on Morris Line Road right there, and what on that road, other than the school, would probably be mostly residential. Yeah, like I'm saying.
If that's the case, what's it gonna be, zone two?
According to their,
It says general business
This is
district
general
C2.
business. I've never heard.
Mixed use.
according to their application, they're intended to be submitted for, but it would be doing business.
I feel like we, got a little more homework to do over this one. I'm gonna table that.
We get posted, but here, and probably nobody will show up, but
Yeah, no, I agree. I do.
we've had them before in the room fill up with people that were against it, you know? Just don't ever know.
We can do it on the same night.
That's the first reading.
The plan for it,
It could be
nobody be there, everybody will be there. Okay, so
Excuse me, it'd be nice also if, he would agree to annex the rest of the property, because this property, if you look at it, the city limits takes in about 2/3 of this property and then cuts it off in the back. The city limits is at Wilken Line. So it would be nice if we go ahead and annex the rest of it. But anyway, that's his choice.
I don't disagree with that at all, but if he does do that now, we're trying to go back, we're going to use it for recommendations to the board.
Right, that's right. There's nothing easy in government work.
okay. We'll move on to resolutions. A, resolution 04-23.
Yeah, Mayor, Council, basically Vance Bettis and I are going to, who's our labor attorney in Columbia, South Carolina, he and I are going back to it again. There's policy changes I saw. There's actually a new law that came out in 22, I didn't know it was even with employees who have leave, dealing with family members and stuff like that, so we go back, Vance Bettis and I go back, and address that. I also found some other divisions. We did look at Conway's, I also looked at 3 other cities, and we found a change, a whole lot of change, changes. Family member leave back to look at some of that, these revisions been on that too. So I would defer this, you know, I'm very close.
Like when we present to the Personnel and Finance Committee before September meeting, can we meet before then with the revisions?
Yeah, hopefully I'll get his revisions this week, and I'll get it revised and get it back to the full.
Okay. So we will table this.
Table it to the, refer it to back to the committee.
He is going to do so much of his own work.
Yeah, that's all we do.
He might have an opinion on, which evaluation system he likes the best of those in the city, which I might be able to do.
He does, he's got they got an evaluation That's what they specialize in employment law, as you know, and that's all they do, is employment law, and basically from the city and county people, they do individual law, junior corporations or business and stuff, so that's the way you'll look at it, and that's it.
And who is that?
Say Vance Bettis,
With a phone call, doing that, Saturday, and that's,
we use it for, we use it on 340 case. I've used it 5, 6 other locations throughout South Carolina. They're leading employment law, South Carolina employment law.
Thank you, Clay. We move forward to B, resolution 05-23.
I guess you get everybody a copy of this, everybody finally got a copy. It hadn't changed in the last couple of months. Remember, we delayed it back in May, because we changed the policy procedure for that. Now the procedure hadn't changed since then. It's basically the same as it was back in June, July. It's changed everything in there where it says city administrator. I took it out where it says procurement. It addresses selection method of acquisition, purchase orders. It addresses when you need to bid, when you don't need to bid. It's got a competitive seal bidding process. It's got how you accept that, how council request proposals, request qualifications. It tells how you can cancel it, how qualifications used are. It uses a procurement for used equipment, cooperative purchasing agreements. We can use that fast anyway, but that spells it out here. Sole source procurement, there's details there. It talks about emergency purchases. You know, unseen circumstances, types of contracts. It talks about multi-year contracts, lease purchases, inspection audit reports, stuff like that. It also gives a local preference to local vendors if it's less than $10,000. It's 10%, 10,000, 25, it's 7.5%, 25, $50,000, 5%, above $50,000, 2%. Also lists all the pre-litigation stuff like that, which is pretty much its authority to bar or suspend a contractor if you need to. Remedies for awarding bids, awarding after that part of it too. So it's a procedure based on state law, county state law based on how what rules procedure. So, in essence, it pretty much gives the city administrator this authority to act as a procurement person. Making staff to prepare the stuff that we still has to come back to me for approval in certain conditions. And this will basically get us in line to what.
You also have a local preference for this. That might be important to you. Has everyone had time to look through this procurement policy and procedures now? And is there any discussion? Any discussion? No.
Make a motion to approve the procedures manual.
Second.
Got a motion to the second, all in favor? Aye. Likewise. Ayes have it. Okay, we'll move on to business for the master plan study. Jose.
Yeah, we had a meeting last week. That's what we discussed the master plan study. This on the committee, I think right now we're on 8 or 9 is on the committee. And they met and that just with the consultant, still called BBC. I met with them last week and they're basically outlining what they would be looking for. We have another meeting September the 5th at 1:30. So the conference room.
It's August 24th. It's August 24th, the next meeting.
No, September the fifth for this one.
Oh, okay.
August 24th was for the planning.
August 24th, 2020.
I'm gonna send you a calendar invite.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Very handy. Okay, the memorandum of agreement.
Yeah, we get it every year from the Department of Juvenile Justice. This goes everywhere throughout the state of South Carolina. They want every participating entity that deals with juvenile justice that you will guarantee pay them $50 per day for any youth house at the South Carolina Department of DHA teaching facility. So it's the same what I used to do in Dillon County and Kershaw County, where it's still the same price, $50. It hasn't changed over the last 5 or 6 years. We don't use a lot of it here in Loris. I know the county government uses a lot more than we do, but the city government is. All it does is basically say, if you use their facility, you have agreed to pay them $50. So I would recommend the council do that, because it's a standard anywhere else.
Your recommendation is to
Yes.
do this, was $50.
Right.
$50 per night.
$50 per night. We can-
And authorize you as administrator to sign the memorandum for our city.
Right, thank you.
I have a question about that. The date on the memorandum agreement hasn't listed as July the 1st of 2023.
Yeah,
Would that be adjusted since it's?
yeah, we can adjust that. It's not a problem. Whenever council approves it, like today, I'll adjust it back.
Yeah, motion on that. Councilman Taylor.
Yes, I'll amend my motion for that correction.
Did you say you did?
Yeah, I said I'll amend my motion
Okay.
for memorandum.
So we have a motion, Councilman Paget, we have a second. Second. All in favor? And you likewise, ayes have it. Unanimous. Okay, C, Christmas decorations, every year since the year that we bought the major amount of Christmas and we improved the Christmas in Loris, we've been having to replace some things like lights and strands of lights. And we've been buying like a new item just so we could expand. That's why this is on here, because the sooner that you get that order in, the sooner you're guaranteed you're gonna get it and get the best price. Closer to Christmas, the prices go up in these things, and they also run out of them. We bought from Oscar Design on the state contract last time, I think. We also do have another toy company, Joyous, that makes Christmas toys and does Christmas lights. This part of it's based out of Loris. So, council, what would council prefer to do on this? Come up with a purchase number and do like we did with Brandon Harrelson when he purchased this stuff to start with, or you want to look through and try to decide what we're gonna get. If you decide that you want to get things, which we do have to have lights and whatnot, regardless, the replacement bulbs, things like that. The bulbs don't burn out, they come out and get lost when they get put up. When they put them on the ground and handle them, I don't know why, but they roll right out and you can find them on the ground. Car doesn't run over them. You know, I would like to see us continue purchasing Christmas and making our Christmas bigger every year.
Mayor, since we just approved the procurement policy, I think we'll have to follow the procedures listed there, depending on the cost of the lights, depending on how much we want to spend, it may require some written proposals, for additional information. However, I do feel like we need to move forward with, letting the, administrator pursue what we need to make the purchases.
That sounds like a good start. We've got another meeting coming up soon, maybe we can do that by then and
Check, see what we need.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
Okay, we move on to, D, 16.42 acre annex.
The court links, as R2E density located on Main Street, North Cox Road.
That's the corner right beside the coal store.
Yeah.
That joins up to, I think it's called Summer Meadows on the back.
We have citizens come in and express concern about development of this tract and way to utilize the road going to some of the, if you recall, confirming that will not be utilized for this particular thing.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that. When I first got on city council over 20 years ago, we wanted to annex this piece of property. And the planning commission didn't want to do it.
That's come back.
Well, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I would hope that it would be decided to annex this piece of property.
Sometimes
Right now.
Sounds a good idea.
I make a motion, we agree to annex that piece of property.
We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
We're just accepting the petition, correct?
Mayor, let the record reflect, and will disqualify myself from voting on this petition for annexation. The property owner was a relative of mine, he's my first cousin. So I can probably disqualify myself on this issue.
Thank you, Councilman Suggs.
And just as a matter of information, the date and the month and the year is left blank, but I see in small, tiny little letters where he signed it. Is that the date that he signed it? Does anybody know? He didn't have a date on the form.
If it was signed, it says 7/17/23, I can speak from experience using dot lib myself, yes, that's when he digitally
He
signed
signed it.
Yes.
Very small.
Very small, I was 7/17/23.
Here, I'll have to do like this.
Yeah,
I got it.
Little section right there.
I can verify that right.
It's very small.
It's very small.
Okay. So, we had a motion.
I made a motion that we annex, agree to annex this property and accept this annexation.
Have a second.
Second.
Have a first and a second. All in favor? Motion passed unanimously with Councilman Suggs
So he is,
disqualified himself. Sorry.
this applicant's requesting a particular zoning. And he, the planning commission has made a recommendation. It is, sometimes it's just addressing conditions when that they're going to be agreed to. This one doesn't appear to read that way, it's requesting a particular zoning.
Planning commission will do that. He's actually particular.
So it was.
He's asked for a particular zone condition on that.
Yes.
That'll be the planning commission.
Being reasonable.
Right.
Is-
Okay. I guess they can cross that bridge in. Okay, so we move forward. E, request annex 0.3 acres in corporate limits for the city of Lawrence. South side of Highway 9 Business East.
Is that the new little house that's built by across the road in this one? This one, this one? Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's that lot, right in front of school. Just built a brand new house on it.
Right before you get into it.
I have a question about the petition, Mayor. It seems that there has been an edit made on the document that does not identify who made the edit. It's not initial or anything. You got any information on
Yes, you do.
that? Who did?
Here, our staff.
I'm not sure about.
I'm speaking on her part. She did. I would see
How do we know that the person that submitted it knows that change has been made?
You make a motion with staff. I think staff did it, but you make a motion with staff. Make it.
Thank you. And her responsibility to change that.
It would be, yeah, be her, yes. Unfortunately, she gave this information to, so she gave it to her in this form, so therefore, Mary would mark that out with that.
But did she do that before or after it was signed? I mean, it's not initial.
So that's what she brings in.
That might be the way she got it.
I think we need to table this until we have initially or whatever, this is,
Yeah, have it re-signed, make sure.
yeah.
Just resubmit it with
No, I have no problem.
Allen correct.
The fact of the matter, now you're gonna have much use of the parts.
Yeah, well, that's right.
It's also 5 months old. She signed it 5 months ago.
Yep,
It was not.
March.
Make a motion to table it, make
Yes, I
administrative staff, get in touch and see where we are.
Thank you.
We got a motion to table and a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, now we'll move on to the appointments. Clay?
Still got one on the planning commission and, out still vacant. You got, one, two on zoning board of appeals.
You got one of the elections.
And, yeah, election.
Right now, we may or may not be.
Okay.
Have we had any applications for these positions? I didn't see
Yeah,
any.
not for planning commission, zoning board of appeals, we did get some prior. Right. Once there.
Maybe we need to look at them. Okay,
The clerk of court position, I'd like for the council if they would, after executive session, they would consider this position after executive session. That's okay. That's okay.
okay. So, departmental reports, public works.
Yeah, Gordon, Ricky, yeah.
um, 701 project, making some headway, everything's going good. really good. Made several new water and sewer taps. The project going, for the Walnut Street, the water line upgrade, looking to get start bidding for that. That'll be coming very soon. And then we've just been doing everyday routine maintenance.
We are also plowing ahead on our lead and copper study. I want to thank council for letting us go ahead and get that grant back and got it to Horry County, because I mean, we're way ahead of a lot of people on lead and copper inventory. You got to have that done to be able to qualify for any type of state and federal grants. And I want to thank any engineer, because you guys, recently, y'all been hitting pretty hard the last couple of months, so we're pretty close to finish, aren't we?
They have got all the meters, located and marked on GIS,
That's good.
every one in the city.
Just finished up
That's done.
last week.
That's a big step in the right direction, and with this information, having this stuff readily available, we can be able to go for grants, we can easily start applying for grants. Once we get this done. So I'm excited that we're a little bit ahead of a lot of people in the state, a lot of people in the state.
Okay.
Thank you, Jordan.
It's in there.
And we do have a code enforcement, we have our factor here with code enforcement, it has everything on it. The building permits and inspections, etc. Department has received 0 complaints for the month, but it has received follow-up responses to previous complaints. That's for July. Yes, sir. Recreation department.
I have the report. Tim's not here this evening. Recreation football practices, began tonight, so he is there. And also, the scrimmage at the high school tonight is going on, starting at 7, so that's why he's not here. However, he did want me to share the following information. As I just said, football starts this evening for all age groups. Registration is still open for fall softball, cheerleading, and volleyball through August 21st. The Parks and Recreation Department is scheduled to host a tournament every weekend in August. They had a very successful tournament this past Saturday. The Dixie Boys 13-14 baseball team just finished up 3rd in the state tournament with a limited squad, so we're really proud of how successful that they were in that. He also wanted to extend a congratulations to PD, a team that we played this year, and they went on to win the South Carolina State Championship and finished runner-up in the World Series in Louisiana. So he wanted to recognize them for that, which is fairly local to us. That's the update.
Good update. They've been,
And you already mentioned the Watson Park update, so I won't go over that again.
we have a police report in here, but Chief Bewley said he was gonna be here. Something must come up. A lot of things come up with police and fire, keeps them away from here, but we do have a report for them and for the fire department. So,
There's no fire order.
there's not one in here.
Everybody's did one good.
So we don't have the fire department. It was requested, but did not have it. All was in there. We never had calls, they were solid. Yeah, they had, they were being called. Their share of the I get a motion to go into executive session for contractual personnel and litigation on North High School property.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Yes, sir.
What, you wanna unmute? You unmuted?
All in favor?
I'm second, very close.
No action taken for executive session.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to, for council to appoint, Ms. Andrea Washington as our city clerk. Of board.
Do we have a second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And likewise? Ayes have it. Unanimous. Congratulations. Put the motion we adjourn.
Second.
Got a whole bunch of seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Yes. It's right.
I love you very much.